So what happened? Did
Et
Garrett
alors,
arrest
Garrett
you?
vous a arrêté?
Yeah.
Ouais,
After I
avant
came
réveil,
to,
Fumier m'avait assommé d'un coup de clope.
bastard had clocked me with his Colt. And the kid
Et le
surrendered
kid s'est rendu?
when he realized there
Quand
was
il a
no
compris
getting
qu'il
out of
ne
there
pouvait pas s'en sortir
alive.
vivant.
So they locked you up in
Donc on
Lincoln?
vous a enfermé à Lincoln.
Indeed they did.
En effet,
Sentenced
vous
me
avez
to
pendu
hang
en même
right
temps que
along
le
with
kid.
the kid. It's important to know that I
Si
was
j'étais
only
avec
riding
Billy,
with
c'était
Billy so
uniquement
I
pour
could
retrouver
find the
l'enfant que
bastard
je
I was
poursuivais.
after.
Prison de Lincoln. Battu d'avril 1984 mois après
He
l'arrestation.
was with John
Il
Kinney's
faisait partie
gang.
du gang de
They were sworn
John
enemies of
Kinney,
Billy's regulators.
les ennemis jurés de Gallo.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his
J'ai
move.
entendu Billy passer à l'action.
He shot Jim Bell
Il a
and a few
descendu
other
Jim
guards
Bell et
as he
quelques
made his
autres
getaway.
gardes en s'échappant.
Later, they wrote that
Plus tard,
some
il est
lady
apparu
friend
qu'une amie lui
planted a
avait
pistol
planqué un
for him
pistolet
in
dans
the
la
privy.
dans la
What the papers didn't say
Les
is
journaux
that Billy
n'ont pas
helped me
précisé que
escape.
Billy m'a aussi aidé à évader.
My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Ma première chose était de trouver une arme à feu. J'ai trouvé un secret.
Luckily, I
Je
located
rappelle le
Deputy
gros
Bob
carabine de
Armiger's
Bob
mean
Hollinger,
ass shot.
l'adjoint. Retenez Clévonis. Avec arme assourdissante. Coupé un homme en deux. Carabine de Bob Hollinger.
I saw Billy through the window,
Cette bise m'a
and he yelled that I should
rejoint
take to the
à
rooftops to
ce que
make
j'ai
my
fait.
escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? That son of a bitch shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kid's escape raised a huge ruckus. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away! Anybody see him?
Everybody cool.
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could. Some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. Suddenly, I was a fugitive.
How the hell did the kid escape? Garrett's gonna kick our ass! Keep missing!
Tire de 3.
Can't have gotten far! Gotta be around here somewhere. Billy broke out of jail.
Violence is not the answer.
Je suis tombé, je suis mort. Vous êtes mort.
So that bastard you were
Le type que vous traquiez,
what did he do?
il avait fait quoi?
He did me and my
Vous
family
avez
a
porté
grievous
préjudice à ma
harm.
famille
But
et à
I knew
moi.
if I was ever going to
Pour le
find him,
retrouver,
I would
j'allais
need to
d'abord
get my
devoir
ever-loving
décamper de
ass
là.
out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way
J'étais
past.
discret, d'avancer.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
You!
But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me.
Et bien sûr, tout le monde m'attendait.
Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
Stop him! I'm ending you!
C'est un petit peu un rail shooter quand même, cette affaire. C'est la ville.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in
Une balle.
build and color.
Bon, la flingue.
I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
J'ai mis 5 balles à côté. Quoi. Ça c'est fait.
Come at you, yellow bastard! You won't get away with this! Wanna see me do it again? Give it up! I'll flank you! Get your headstone!
There's children here.
Let him get away!
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse,
Il me fallait un cheval.
though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
Damn you! You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Autre chose.
Get out here! Let's do this! Whoa, my damn ears are ringing. Put down the weapon! Show yourself! I don't get paid enough for this!
Foudroyé.
Threaten the lives of innocent people.
Tout est cassé. Allez, montons un petit peu là-haut. Peut-être.
Damn town's going to hell in a handbasket!
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Ah, j'ai pas compris. T'as une gueule, je l'ai pris. Blam. Ah, en fait, je pensais qu'il fallait esquiver, tu vois, mais...
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Oh merde.
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Pleine tête, ma gueule.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy, and all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly
Son of a
pissed that I
bitch.
stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
How the hell did he get away? Let him get away!
De l'autre côté de la rue. Un peu trop explosé.
You can't hide forever. We're gonna be a deep shit when I get back. Don't let him get away.
Tu vas mourir. Je vais te la mettre de la tête, mon gars. Tu vas rien comprendre à la vie. Bon, allez. Pire. On contourne.
We're gonna be in deep shit when I get back. You can't hide forever. I'm here.
Si je tire dans ses jambes, techniquement.
Let him get away. We can take him.
Sur la gauche.
Give it up.
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Billy n'a pas tué
Sure
Bob.
he did.
Si, bien sûr.
Dispatched him right
Juste
after
après
he
s'être
shot
occupé de
Deputy
Jim
Bell.
Bear.
No, sir.
Pas du tout.
Because
Vu que
Bob
Bob a
came
surgi
right
derrière
up
moi
behind
furieux
me,
et que
angry
Billy
as
a
hell
pris la
that Billy
tangente.
had lit out. Hello, Bob.
Salut Bob.
I said,
Que j'ai fait.
I think you better
Ferais
let
mieux de
me
me laisser
go.
partir.
And he says, I
Ne
don't
compte
think
pas.
so, boy.
Pas avec ma carabine.
Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the
Donc, au milieu
street,
de la rue, face à face.
eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Vous pouvez gagner dès que vous entendez votre cœur battre. Mais vous aurez commis un acte déloyal et votre score en souffrira. Et j'ai pas le... Ah, je suis une quiche ou quoi, putain?
I killed him in a
Ah,
fair
je l'ai eu.
fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well,
Voilà,
Lincoln got a
Lincoln
might
s'en est
depopulated.
intensément dépeuplé.
That Garrett gunned down
Pour
Billy
Garrett.
3 months later.
Pas de
So
Garrett
his
de
escape
Billy
was
3 mois
all
plus
for
tard.
naught
Comme
anyway.
quoi son évasion n'a pas servi à grand chose.
So where'd you go after
Et
Link?
après Lincoln,
Mexico.
au Mexique.
Till I realized nobody
Jusqu'à ce
was
que je
looking.
m'aperçoive que...
I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Ruales?
Gendarme mexicain.
I was hired to help them
J'avais
track
engagé pour
down
les
the
aider à débusquer
cowboys.
les cowboys. Épisode 2. The Cowboy.
The most vicious outlaw gang in
Pire
Cochise
gang de la
County?
loi du comté de
Curly Bill
Cochise.
Brocious?
Curly
Johnny
Bill
Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton
Il est par
himself.
Old Man Clanton en personne.
They must have paid you a pretty
Ils ont dû
penny
payer
to
une
take
fortune
him
pour
on
affronter ces gens.
Brazil.
Not really.
Pas tant que ça.
But truth be
à vrai
told,
dire. J'ai
I had my
propre
own
raison de les
reasons for
traquer.
going after those boys.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man. Over there! There! I did my best to help those poor bastards. Moments later, the
Et tous t'en
attackers
vont pas
were dead,
vu, hein.
and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None.
En vain.
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to it.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Attaqué
Did
par
I
des
say
Apaches.
they were Apaches?
Qui c'est des
I
Apaches?
said Clanton's
Il fait cowboy,
cowboys
moi.
attacked me
Attaqué en mode
Apache
Apache.
style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green, but often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? Nowhere
Donc
to
c'est
run!
traduit en français parce que j'ai du mal à suivre et jouer en même temps.
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a
Imagine,
fistful
vous
of
allez trouver
dynamite to go
dynamite.
along with that ammo.
Complément de munitions.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Where's he going?
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Grincheux. Mascariade. Vindicatif. Old Man Clanton.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun. Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
I don't know how you lived this long. What I ever do to you? Baby, my bird.
Wait! God damn! Oh, gotta reload! I don't know how you lived this long. What I ever do to you?
Ah, ça a marché. Voilà. Parce que sinon, si je fais ça... Je suis mort. Moi j'ai pas survécu à la rafale de Gatling en face à face, ce qui est plus ou moins logique.
Wait! God damn bullet! Damn, I gotta reload! What I ever do to you?
Voilà, boum, deux
Apparently, one
balles
of
dans
the
sa gueule.
cowboys made it out of there alive.
Là, c'est quoi?
And told
C'était
Ike and Billy
terrible.
Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their
Ike
father's
et
life
Billy
that day.
Clanton que le matériel de la
They
paire.
just assumed it was one of the Earps.
And
And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the Old K Corral. A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
Eh bien, j'espère que cette vidéo sur Call of Juarez vous aura fait plaisir. Et on se retrouve très bientôt pour une prochaine vidéo. Et moi, je vous dis bisous. Salut.